Aussie, 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 oi. Ozzie is a friend of yours and he's a friend of mine.
G'day kids, Ozzie here. Now just because it's Christmas, we've got a very special treat for you. We've got another book, and this one's based on a classic called The Night Before Christmas. But this one is an Aussie Night Before Christmas, and it's a lot of fun. So let's get into it. An Aussie Night Before Christmas, adapted by Yvonne Morrison and illustrated by Kilmeny, Niland. 'Twas the night before Christmas, there wasn't a sound, not a possum was stirring, no one was around. We'd left on the table some tucker and beer, hoping that Santa Claus would soon be here. We children were snuggled up safe in our beds, while dreams of pavlova danced round in our heads. Pavlova is an Aussie dessert that a lot of people eat on Christmas Day. It's really yummy. And Mum in her nightie and Dad in his shorts had just settled down to watch TV sports. When outside the house, a mad ruckus arose. Loud squeaking and banging woke us from our doze. We ran to the screen door, peeked cautiously out, snuck onto the deck, then let out a shout. What had woken them? Let's find out. Guess what had woken us up from our snooze? But a rusty old ute pulled by 8 mighty roos. The cheerful man driving was giggling with glee, and we both knew at once who this plump bloke must be. Who could it possibly be on Christmas Eve? Santa? Now I'm telling the truth, it's all dinky die. Those 8 kangaroos fairly soared through the sky. Wow, look at these kangaroos, and they're pulling, that's not a sleigh, that's a rusty old ute. And is that Santa driving the ute? With a dog in the background. How Aussie is that? Santa leaned out the window to pull at the reins and encourage the roos by calling their names. What are they called? Now Kylie, now Kirsty, now Shazza and Shane. On Kipper, on Skipper, on Bazza and Wayne. Park up on that water tank, grab a quick drink. I'll scoot down the gum tree, be back in a wink. That's a pretty Aussie sounding Santa, isn't it? And a pretty Aussie looking Santa too. So up to the tank those 8 kangaroos flew, with the ute full of toys and Santa Claus too. He slid down the gum tree and jumped to the ground. Then in through the window, he sprang with a bound. He had bright sunburnt cheeks and a milky white beard. A jolly old joker was how he appeared. He wore red stubby shorts and old thongs on his feet, and a hat of deep crimson as shade from the heat. What a jolly old fella he looks like, this Aussie Santa. His eyes bright as opals, oh how they twinkled, and like a goanna, his skin was quite wrinkled. His shirt was stretched over a round bulging belly, which shook when he moved like a plate full of jelly. And look, he's eating lamingtons, and that is a really traditional Aussie treat, and they are very, very tasty. A fat sack of prezzies he flung from his back, and he looked like a swaggy, unfastening his pack. He spoke not a word, but bent down on one knee to position our goodies beneath the Yule tree. There he is over there. Surfboard and footy ball shapes for us two, and for Dad, tongs to use on the new barbecue. A mysterious package he left for our mum. Then he turned and he winked, and he held up his thumb. He strolled on deck and his ruse came on cue, flung his sack in the back and prepared to shoot through. He bellowed out loud as they swooped past the gates. Merry Christmas to all. And good on you, mates. How good is that? I don't really think Santa is pulled in a ute by a bunch of kangaroos, but it's good fun, isn't it? Lots of Australian things in there. Kids, I hope you enjoyed it. Good fun. I hope you have a really, really good Christmas. Hope you've been good so Santa visits you. We'll see you on our next video, and until then, stay keen and Merry Christmas.
Aussie, 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 oi. Ozzie is a friend of yours and he's a friend of